5-4 decision, the U.S. Supreme Court upheld President Obama's health care reform law. Chief Justice Roberts broke with fellow conservatives and sided with President Obama. He ruled that requiring Americans to buy insurance is legal and constitutional. He also ruled that the penalty in the law for not buying insurance amounts to a tax. And because the Constitution permits such a tax, it is not our role to forbid it, he says. While President Obama praised the justices, his opponents pounced.
They've reaffirmed a fundamental principle that here in America, in the wealthiest nation on earth, no illness or accident should lead to any family's financial ruin.
This is a time of choice for the American people. Our mission is clear. If we want to get rid of Obamacare, we're going to have to replace President Obama.
Also in today's decision, the High Court ruled that part of the law involving Medicaid must change. The law now calls for an expansion of eligibility for Medicaid, which involves spending by the federal government and the states, and threatens to remove existing Medicaid funding from states that don't participate in that expansion. Well, today the justices ruled the government must remove that threat. Well, we wanted to know how Hawaii is specifically affected by today's High Court decision and how you folks here feel about it. One-third of the patients who use Kokua-Kalihi Valley Community Health Center either don't have insurance or are underinsured. So the Supreme Court's ruling came as welcome news.
More of our patients and our clients will be able to qualify for insurance under the new health exchanges.
For Siegel Matsunaga, it's also personal. Her 22-year-old daughter is insured on her health plan. Overturning the law would have left her without coverage.
But if, God forbid, she were to get into an accident and she were to need serious care, my family, like all families, would do whatever it took. And those kind of medical bills can bankrupt a family.
Since Obamacare became law in March 2010, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services says at least 6,000 young adults in Hawaii, under age 26 and without their own job-based insurance, have gained coverage on their parents' plan. Also, as of April, DHHS says 107 previously uninsured Hawaii residents locked out of coverage because of pre-existing conditions are now insured. And Hawaii's Medicare patients have saved almost $15 million on prescription drugs. But not everyone is cheering. The ruling is a bitter pill for some to swallow. A CBS News poll taken earlier this month found nearly 7 in 10 Americans wanted the High Court to strike down all of the law, or at least the individual mandate.
I was really disappointed.
Laura Burgell volunteers with Hawaii's Republican Party. The 27-year-old doesn't feel the government should force health care on people.
It's only constitutional if the mandate is ruled as a tax. And if you recall, a couple years ago in 2009, Obama declared that this was not a tax in any way, absolutely not a tax. And lo and behold, it really is a tax.
While this is a big victory for President Obama, Burgell says it's also energized opponents to vote for Mitt Romney. And you can find more specific details on how the Affordable Care Act affects Hawaii on our website, hawaiinewsnow.com. For the second consecutive